Welcome to Narcissistic Abuse Rehab. My name is Em. Our topic for today is the Covert Narcissist Sibling. By the end of this video, you're going to know more about covert narcissism, oscillation, and some of the behaviors common among narcissistic siblings. Before we get into it, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to help grow our channel. With that said, let's dive into our topic, the covert narcissist sibling. A covert narcissist is a subgroup of narcissist. They're also known as introverted narcissists or vulnerable narcissists. Many survivors experience them as wolves in sheep's clothing because covert narcissists hide their true nature behind a shy, meek, harmless persona. Others call them closet narcissists. The bottom line is they keep their true nature, their true intentions secret and hidden behind a veneer of sweetness and light. They are the proverbial street angel, house devil. One of the most painful aspects of having a covert narcissist sibling is that you know the truth about who they are, but they are so skillfully fake that no one would ever believe you if you were to speak out about who they are behind closed doors. Some covert narcissists gravitate to professions in which they are well-respected role models or authority figures. For example, they may be teachers, pastors, religious leaders, or politicians. They're often held in high regard in their community. Like the grandiose narcissist, coverts are obsessed with being perceived as perfect. Their acquaintances describe them as the nicest person they've ever met. They invent a multitude of false personas to cover up the pent-up shame and rage that's bubbling just under the surface. Narcissistic Personality Disorder is a spectrum, and there can be oscillation between overt and covert narcissism. So it's not static, and narcissists can move back and forth between the two extremes. For the sake of simplicity, we're going to focus on covert narcissism. It's hard to detect a covert narcissist, but they're the Judas in every betrayal story. The covert narcissist seems benign and altruistic. They mimic and pretend to be codependents in public, but at home, their egotistical, disordered true self is evident. Ross Rosenberg describes covert narcissists as, quote, perhaps the most tricky and dangerous ones, end quote. Covert narcissists often feel wronged and misunderstood by others. This is usually the narrative they use to suck people in. They feel persecuted by others. They feel that no one truly appreciates how wonderful they are. Yet, when you show them appreciation and love, they lose all respect for you. Covert narcissists often extract narcissistic supply by playing sycophant to people they admire. Often this will be an overt narcissist, either inside or outside of the family unit. The covert narcissist is fervently devoted to the overt narcissist. They are in awe of the overt narcissist who openly demonstrates the contempt for others that the covert keeps hidden. And many times you'll find covert narcissists playing the role of flying monkey to an overt or grandiose narcissist. Covert narcissists see themselves as special. They have a constant craving for attention. When they don't get it, they will stoop to all kinds of underhanded means to obtain it. They secretly believe that they're better and smarter than everyone else. On the surface, they are patient, kind, and loving, but it's all a pretense to mask their ruthless, selfish, envious core. Oftentimes, the primary target for their envy is another sibling. And we see many covert narcissists using the strategy of pretending to befriend their sibling while quietly competing with their target and sabotaging them from the shadows. It can be a very dangerous and disturbing dynamic. The greater the covert narcissist's envy, the more damage they will do to their sibling. In extreme cases, this can also include covert psychological murder. For more on this topic, please watch my video, The Malignant Narcissist's Endgame. A covert narcissist sibling is constantly pretending to have your best interest at heart, when the truth is they're actively trying to bring about your ruin. They want to be above you at all costs, at all times, as they pursue their true goal: power, recognition, and money. From behind the scenes, the covert narcissist is hard at work sabotaging everything from your diet to your relationships to your education, your career, and your health. You can see examples of covert narcissist siblings in films like The Bodyguard or Raging Bull. They're so subtle and manipulative that their resentment and aggression toward the rival sibling often goes undetected by parents and other people. On the surface, they seem so sweet and kind. So let's look at some of the traits that covert narcissists share with their overt or grandiose brethren. Both have a sense of entitlement. Both are self-centered. Both have a need for admiration. And both have a lack of healthy boundaries. And now, what I want to do is look at some of the characteristics that are unique to the covert narcissist, and hopefully this will help you spot them in your life. Number 1, they're introverted. Unlike the overt narcissist, the covert narcissist keeps their grandiose sense of self hidden from the public, but they may confess it to you as their secret ambition to be a movie star, a famous musician, or a president. Number 2, hypersensitivity. Your covert narcissistic sibling is hypersensitive and dramatic. Nothing gets by them. And if nothing is happening, they will invent some kind of crisis to keep the focus on them and their drama. Number 3, anxiety, depression, and anger issues. Your covert narcissistic sibling often suffers from anxiety, depression, or anger, and this is almost always related to other people. There's a lot of self-pity and paranoia about how other people treat them and perceive them, and they'll dump this on you as they go on for hour upon hour on end about how mean people are to them. Number 4, combative. Oftentimes you'll find yourself in the middle of a knockdown, drag-out argument with your covert narcissist sibling that leads nowhere and seems to vanish as suddenly and inexplicably as it arose. Number 5, resentment. Remember when you borrowed your covert narcissist sibling's sweater without asking in 1997? No? Well, your covert narcissistic sibling remembers because they never forget a slight. They are burdened with unforgiveness for others. Number 6, accusations. Your covert narcissist sibling will level all kinds of accusations at you. They'll accuse you of not caring about them, even after you've just demonstrated your affection. They'll accuse you of having an unfair advantage in life. They'll accuse you of trying to make them feel bad by bettering yourself. Number 7, pessimism. You get to experience the covert narcissist's pessimism. You hear blanket statements like, "Nothing ever works out. Everyone is against me. Why is everyone picking on me? Why didn't I get the promotion?" Number 8, envy. And really, this is the number 1 trait of a covert narcissist sibling. They are pathologically envious and possessive. They seek to quietly control you and how others see you. It's the envy that drives them to sabotage and harm you. To the outsider, the main red flag of a covert narcissist is that they're too good to be true. They're too nice. They're too generous. They're too flattering. They're too agreeable. To you, their rival, the covert narcissist sibling is enigmatic. You are privy to the melodrama behind the scenes. Sometimes this can be the covert narcissist keeping you up all night and crying about some perceived slight at work or school. It can also be your covert narcissist sibling using threats. of taking their own lives to make sure all eyes stay fixed on them in the family of origin. They have an ability to hone in an underhanded way and take the more empathic members of the family unit hostage. From a young age, you may notice that you may experience anxiety with that sibling. This can manifest in negative self soothing habits like nail biting, which is a red flag that your own emotional health is being affected. Your covert narcissist sibling passive aggressively demands that you prove your love for them. They'll accuse you of not caring about them, even though you stayed up all night with them on the phone to listen to their never ending sorrows. When you give the covert narcissist sibling concrete examples of the things you do to show them that you love them, you'll see a staggering lack of appreciation, an absence of gratitude, because beneath the veneer, they don't value you. At home, the covert narcissist sibling plays the role of the injured, wronged party with their rival in order to elicit pity, but also to make the rival feel guilty. However, in other relationships, the covert shifts to another persona, and you'll see them being gregarious, charming, and fun. They do this so skillfully that if the rival sibling were ever to bring up any of the things going on behind the curtain, things like the covert narcissist sibling's threats, their neurosis, their drug use, their alcoholism, etc., no one would believe them. The covert narcissist sibling uses guilt and fear on the rival. Guilt because the covert narcissist is constantly rubbing it in that they think you have unearned privileges. This may be in your appearance, your charisma, your popularity, your success in work or at school. Whatever it is they covet about you, they will guilt you about it. You'll find yourself playing small in these areas of your life to appease the covert narcissistic sibling because you fear their tantrums and their tirades, the hours of whining and crying and guilting you for making them unhappy just by existing. At the same time, the covert narcissist clings to you. They monopolize you and they use your guilt to infiltrate your circle. They pretend to be your closest ally so they can monitor what you're doing, who you're seeing, where you're going. If you tell them you're going to start training for a marathon, before you know it, the covert narcissist sibling will sabotage your training by creating a crisis to distract you from your goal, only for the covert narcissist to train in stealth and run the marathon themselves. Your covert narcissist wants whatever you have. If you're admired for your style, it won't be long before your covert narcissist sibling is copying you. They are very possessive and create unpleasant drama whenever you form a friendship that intimidates them. They will quietly sabotage this friendship by claiming that your new friend said or did something to offend them. That's a sign that the new friend has got to go. For the sake of peace, you may distance yourself from the friend, only to find that your covert narcissist sibling has gone behind your back and become friends with that person. Now, the covert narcissist is talking about you with that friend. If you leave the covert narcissist alone with your friends, they will smear you in stealth behind your back. They're all about sabotaging your life. If you're friends with good people, those people will tell you about the stuff your sibling is saying, and when you hear it, you'll be in complete and utter shock. If you confront the covert narcissist about these sick, destructive behaviors, they will deflect and tell you a sob story in order to make you pity them. This is a huge red flag. If your covert narcissist sibling is using social sabotage on you, they're just waiting for an opportunity to bring about your downfall. Do not fall for it if they try to butter you up. They only want to maintain close proximity to you so they can seize the opportunity to destroy you when it comes. They will pretend to be your ally only to monitor your every move. The signs will have been there since childhood. For example, your covert narcissist sibling will have expressed a desire to control you even in play. You may see their aggression in physical violence, cruel taunts, the deep sense of pleasure they take in humiliating you. In childhood, the covert narcissist sibling will step aside when you're in trouble and watch you suffer with a smirk. They take sadistic pleasure in your suffering. They use threats and make impossible demands. Even when you give them what they say they want, the covert narcissist sibling will figuratively spit in your face by accusing you of not caring about them and demanding further proof of your love and loyalty. To avoid their unbearable tantrums, you may find yourself trying to appease them, but it's never enough. It's never going to be. It's just another one of their control tactics. While painting themselves up as the victim and demanding your support, the covert narcissist is secretly competing with you. Under the veneer, they loathe themselves and they loathe you too. They are seething with hatred. They will deliberately but stealthily damage your mental and physical health. If they also suffer from extreme envy, your life may be in danger. These black holes will drain you of your time, energy, and talent. If you don't keep a healthy distance from them, they will drain you of your life force. You may find yourself struggling with psychological and physical issues as a result of the anxiety and stress generated by your relationship with your covert narcissist sibling. And once your covert narcissist sibling believes you are down for the count, they're out. They will leave you for dead and sail off into the sunset of their fake lives. Guys, that's all I have for you today. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to help grow our channel. Also, you can help grow our channel by sharing this message with 2 friends who you think it might resonate with. Thank you so much for listening to this video. That's it for now. Be good to yourself, and we'll talk again soon.